Today we're going to look at all 5 different horses of the Chinese zodiac. And we're going to start with the metal horse. So, this is a popular but unruly type of horse who is always on the go, demonstrative, impetuous, and bold. He will be a most engaging personality. He is highly amorous and very appealing to the opposite sex. He can be extremely productive when in a positive mood. It will be difficult keeping up with him as he seems to be everywhere at the same time. Blessed with strong recuperative powers, the metal horse is never out of action for long. He is constantly seeking excitement and climbing to breathtaking heights. Metal will make this horse more stubborn and self-centered than other types of horses. He may be a proverbial bubbling stream overflowing with brilliant ideas, but he is not a consistent administrator. If his work provides no satisfaction, no motivation, no rewarding stimulation, he will become irresolute and irresponsible. He cannot exist on a diet of daily routine, nor can he function with someone glancing over his shoulder. He thirsts constantly for new experiences and challenges. When he is negative, he will have an irrational need for liberty and be unable to establish deep personal involvements for fear they may curtail his freedom or take up all his time. But when he is positive, he will race to the finish, leaving others lagging far behind. The water horse. A cheerful, dapper horse with excellent business acumen, but inordinately concerned with his own well-being, status, and comfort. He is very adaptable to change and can make extensive adjustments without batting an eyelash. This nomadic horse could be more restless than the others. A traveler and sports enthusiast, he won't let any grass grow under his feet. He may also have the habit of frequently changing his mind and may embark on an entirely different course of action without bothering to give his colleagues any notice or explanation. He tends to be guided only by his own bouts of inspiration. Delicately attuned to his environment, he often can discern trends and changes well before anyone else is aware of them. He will have a delicious sense of humor and can be very amusing when he wants to be. A colorful but fashionable dresser and designer, I guess, right? He can also discourse on any subject with anyone. When he is negative, he becomes pretentious and inconsistent and can exhibit a deplorable lack of consideration for others. The water horse must try to develop a capacity for long-range planning and dedication to his work. His powers of communication and persuasion are above par, and if he can acquire a little patience, he will succeed in rallying people to support him. Okay, now we're on the wood horse. Friendly, cooperative, and less impatient, this horse could be the most reasonable of the lot, but he will still resist being dominated. The wood element enables him to better discipline his mind, and he will be capable of clear and systematic thinking. The wood horse will have a happy disposition and be very active socially, amusing, and a good conversationalist. He is not overly egotistical and will not constantly strive to dominate in his interactions with others. But because he is progressive, modern, and unsentimental, he will throw out the old and welcome in the new. Inventions and innovations will always capture his imagination, and he will not shrink from trying the unconventional. He will like to explore many other fields, but will try hard to fulfill his responsibilities first. The strong, high-spirited, He will like to explore many other fields, but will try hard to fulfill his responsibilities first. The strong, high-spirited wood horse does not have a lazy bone in his body, but he would do well to be more cautious and discriminating about what tasks he decides to shoulder. Fire horse. A flamboyant, an adventurous horse possessing a superb intellect and great personal magnetism. He tries to bring about the changes he desires through force and sheer willpower. The daredevil of the lunar cycle, he can throw caution to the wind when in hot pursuit of some desired objective. This is a double fire sign, fire also being the horse's fixed element, and will produce a native who is highly excitable and hot-blooded. The fire horse is easily distracted and is too inconsistent to stick to repetitious tasks. He has flair, wit, and charm, but his endless stream of bright ideas makes him extremely volatile. His personality is many-faceted, and he requires a great deal of spice and variety in his life. He is happiest leading a double or even a triple life, or having several professions to his credit. Dang. He will love to travel, anticipates action and new trends, and will work most efficiently when in charge. He rarely accepts supervision, even from his superiors. More than capable of holding his own, he constantly tries to outperform himself. The fire horse is a competitive thrill seeker. He can assess and deal with all kinds of people and situations with only a moment's notice. He is skillful at resolving sensitive and complicated situations, but is not above argumentative and unreasonable. This horse will have ingenuity and resourcefulness, but not perseverance. But with his speed and reflexes, he will never quit without an admirable battle, and we can bet on him to win. Earth horse. Happy, congenial, but somewhat exact and slow-moving, the earth horse is apt to be more logical but less decisive than the other horses. He prefers to consider all sides of a question before acting. Once he weighs the pros and cons, he will assess the competition and hedge his bets, if possible. With earth as his element, he will be less abrupt, and he can settle down and learn to toe the line when necessary. He offers less resistance to authority while still holding true to his principles. Finely attuned to his environment, he is gifted with an ability to locate feasible investments. He can revive shaky businesses on the brink and spur lagging industries to achieve greater productivity. Although he is the look before you leap type, he is nonetheless, um, he can be indecisive about the little things, but he will not make up his mind easily. He may on occasion, sorry, I lost my spot. He may on occasion then take on more than he can handle on another. Yet, on the whole, the earth horse is able to make serious commitments and will not neglect his responsibilities. All right, so now let's look at the compatibilities. So, the horse and the rat. The rat is clannish and possessive, while the horse is more carefree and independent and afraid of being tied down. Both are industrious, but in totally different ways. The rat opts for constancy and persistence, while the horse prefers independence and will not be as reliable as the rat would like. Using their wits against each other rather than for a common goal, these two signs do not work very well together and should only deal through experienced go-betweens who are respected by both. The ox and the horse. Relations are moderate between the horse and the ox, and but there's no, okay, never mind. But there can be no permanent union unless one sign has the other as an ascendant. The horse is more mercurial and independent, while the ox has his feet squarely planted on the ground. The horse works by intuition and instinct, and the ox prefers to go by the book. These communication barriers could prevent a close meeting of these two minds. And the horse tends to prefer shortcuts, while the ox likes to stick to the proven path. The ox could also prove too much of a disciplinarian for the flamboyant horse. Tiger and the horse. So the horse and the tiger are natural partners in crime. Both possess adventurous personalities and embrace new experiences with an open mind. The horse and the tiger are both highly emotional animals, and the tiger more so than even the more even-keeled horse. But they will get along easily because they find it easy to express themselves to one another. The two can depend on each other through the most difficult times because each possesses a protective instinct for the other. Both animals are active creatures that may find that they bond as much through sport as through common interest. The rabbit and the horse. The rabbit may not always appreciate the horse's quick temper and outspoken ways. Discreet and at times inhibited, the passive hare may not share the horse's fiery love of action and danger. When the horse leads the charge, he cannot count on the prudent rabbit to follow blindly. The rabbit ultimately trusts only his own judgment and will find the horse too changeable to rely on. Unless one native has the other's sign as an ascendant, this pair will not be able to truly understand each other's nature. So now the horse and the dragon. The horse and the dragon combination means speed and power. There may be some struggle for dominance as the horse can be impatient and restless under the leadership of the autonomous dragon. But since they both usually have good conversations and communication skills, they should be able to iron out their differences and map out their respective territories. The intelligent horse has a keen ability to sense which way the wind blows and knows exactly when its direction changes. The dragon could do well to go along with the horse's superior instincts and ability to steer clear of trouble's way. The snake and the horse. The snake and the horse will have a cool to distant relationship because they are both fixed fire signs that dance to different drummers. The snake could be too withdrawn and pensive to suit the hyperactive horse. The horse's feelings are always bubbling on the surface, while the snake keeps his well-concealed deep beneath his impenetrable facade. The horse is alert to changes and responds energetically with passion and feeling. The snake is intuitive and sensuous too, but in another way, and is an introvert to boot. Unless these signs have the same ascendant, it is unlikely they have anything in common. More likely, they will selfishly refuse to cooperate and simply go their separate ways. The horse and the horse. Two horses may find they have a lot in common. To begin with, both are active, outgoing, and interested in everything around them. Teamwork can be achieved since they will probably be able to work at the same speed. They will enjoy good to lasting ties if they realize that mutual cooperation is necessary to reach common goals. Because neither expects too much from the other, horses will have a successful relationship or look for greener pastures. They won't waste time struggling or compromising if they do not belong in the same league. The horse is a practical and self-confident sign and will not insist on unworkable alliances with anyone. The sheep and the horse. The sheep will admire the horse's forthrightness and courage, while the horse may provide the sheep with the direction and confidence he needs to market his many talents. The sheep may indulge the horse's many caprices, and the horse may choose to ignore the sheep's many complaints. The good-natured and creative sheep has need of the commanding and quick-witted horse and will not care to challenge him on any issues. In this relationship, the horse will provide the leadership, and the sheep will benefit from joining forces with the capable horse. Compatible and successful business ties could result too. The sheep could be the good guy, while the horse will definitely be the tough one. The monkey and the horse. The horse and monkey will cooperate to a certain degree to achieve common ends. If they share similar interests or a common ascendant, they will have no qualms about using each other's particular talents for their mutual benefit. Whether or not strong ties develop between them will depend on how much each truly requires the skills of the other. You won't find either of these signs holding their breath or pining away. They are both capable of changing course at a moment's notice and will always want to partake in whatever is going on. The only negative aspect to this combination is that each can be selfish or overly calculating. Rooster and the horse. The horse and the rooster will have cool to amicable relationships depending on who's the boss. When the rooster has the upper hand, he could be a dominating and noisy commander. Makes sense. If the horse is at the helm, he may find the rooster too critical, eccentric, and argumentative to suit his taste. Both signs love adventure, but they have different ways of looking at challenges. The industrious chicken schemes, researches, and won't act before he has all the information, while the horse will fly by the seat of his pants and astound the rooster by his speed and unconventional methods. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, okay, the dog and the horse. Okay, the horse and the dog each have a practical outlook that complements the other well. The dog understands that the horse needs his independence to achieve his goals and feel free. The horse respects the dog's logical approach to life and the fairness with which he acts. Their union, whether it be love, friendship, or business, will have a solid foundation of loyalty. The two animals respect each other's need to act as an individual so they can find a way to enjoy each other's company while still providing breathing room. The dog is a good confidant to the horse, who also assumes the role of trusted advisor. The horse will be a champion for the dog, who will not have to worry about protecting the self-sufficient horse. And last but not least, the horse and the boar. The pig will only be moderately compatible with the horse because of his inability to match the horse's quickness. The horse has need of the boar's strength and generosity and will seek an alliance with the lucky pig if there is a bounty to be shared. However, where there are no particular attractions there will be no great clashes either. Special bonds are only possible if they share the same ascendant and if the freedom-loving horse is able to understand the possessive nature of the amorous boar. Both signs are highly sociable and will be good friends if they find similar interests. And that is the horse.